I gotta make a little bit of a trip here. So I wanted to first of all, I'm playing this song. It's on the radio now for this Thompson Twins. That song, no matter when I hear that, I guarantee I've never told anybody this. That song from the Thompson Twins, I don't know what the situation was. I was shooting hoops in our driveway with a breakaway rim hoop, not the garage hoop. So that's, oh God, 86-ish. And I don't know what the situation was, but John and Marge stopped over, and Mom and Dad weren't home. Mom and Dad weren't home, but I think they were on their way home. Way, obviously, before the day of cell phones and shit. It was such an odd thing because I was just outside shooting hoops. Marge and John pulled up, and that song by the Thompson Twins was cranking. They pulled up, and John was cranking that song. And I heard him singing it. And John loved the high pitch, the falsetto parts. And it makes sense because he fucking loved the Beach Boys. But John was just fucking word for word singing that song. And anyways, I was gonna make this video anyways because the song was on. And it just jogged my memory of it was just me, Marge, and John. John finally got out of the car. They both got out of the car while I was shooting hoops. And I was like shocked that John liked fucking Thompson Twins for that song. Anyway, this video is the request given by Jay about you know what? And the fact that Don, you didn't comment on any of the things last night. I'm wondering if this is a touchy situation with Don now. So, I mean, listen, that night is kind of blurry. Here's what I know. Number one, I can't believe that I was in that setting because, I mean, we're talking 35 years ago, so 33, something like that. Oh my God, I would fucking hate that shit now. But we were just having a fucking great time. I don't even know why I was there. Was I keeping score? Was I in a mixed doubles? Couldn't have been keeping score. Was I in a mixed? There was some event at Mohawk Lanes, and there was a DJ. Right? Imagine that shit. Just some random, not random. I'm sure it was a scheduled bowling tournament that Mohawk Lanes got a fucking DJ for afterwards. That place was fucking rocking that night. So what I remember is this. I remember being there with Nicholas and Mom, Sandy, Lori and her husband, Rich. Great dude. Lori and Rich did that awful fucking meatloaf thing that they did again, which I fucking hated when they did that. I hated that. That was so gay and corny, and I can't believe they did that in front of people. That part where the meatloaf and the woman do that thing. Let me sleep on it. But anyways, they were doing that. The night was fun. Nicholas was drunk, which was all, I mean, he was a shit drunk, but he was fucking entertaining. You remember how that bowling alley was set up, that the set of doors, then there was like this inside porch, patio, whatever the fuck you call it, and then the other doors. I remember seeing a car. I don't remember if I knew it was Dad. Okay, this is what I remember. The next thing I know, Don's there, inside, fucking stone-faced. I mean, his fucking godfathers and Marge and people he likes. And Don, I don't think Don was rude to them, but Don was just all business. I mean, he wasn't Barb Hill rude. But and then I remember Don being like a father figure to mom, like chastising her, get in the car, and next thing I know, I'm in the back seat, and I'm in the back seat, and Don is yelling, not yelling, but just not happy, and that's all I remember. And I remember hearing things afterwards, where Dad was just, Don was like, I don't know if it Don. Oh, Dad came home, right? Dad came. This has to be Don's story. What I was going to say. Uh, Dad came home without Mom, and Don asked where Mom was, and I left her there. And Don doing what Don does, which is commendable. Went and got his mother and the tag-along son. That's what I remember. So, I guess that wasn't very juicy, but that's what I remember. Great night that was. It's just an unfortunate episode. Again, Mom and Dad, I believe, probably more so Dad. I wouldn't bring that up. I think Dad would be very ashamed of himself. So that's it. See you later. St. John's fucking lost. Shit, they're not.